Morning. It is April the 5th. Y'all ready for taxes? It's about that time. Hopefully you're doing the things. Good morning to you. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together almost 7 days a week. Yesterday ended up not getting a chance to do it. I hope that's okay. Hopefully. I was out doing the Inspire Science Breakfast over at the Orlando Science Center. Had a wonderful, wonderful time. And if the goal was to inspire, then we had success. I was inspired. I can't speak to anybody else, but I was inspired, rejuvenating my love of science. And I got to share why the Orlando Science Center holds such a special place in my heart. So to all of you, hopefully Coffee Talk can get you inspired in becoming a little more of a nerd. But at the end of the day, let's face it. You're watching a Facebook Live, an X Twitter Live, a YouTube Live about the weather. So you're probably at least already a little bit of a nerd. It's okay if you don't admit it. This is a safe space. Or you're a coffee addict. Either way, you're my kind of people. All right, outside we go. Here's a look. Marion County, clear skies. It is just as beautiful can be. I mean, that is a lovely setup. First warning, live Doppler radar, rain free. Temperatures out the door. It's a little chilly. It's not cold, but there's a little bit of a bite, right? 55 degrees in Orlando right now. It's 57 degrees in Leesburg, 51 in the Villages, 46 outside in Ocala. That's brisk, baby. That's brisk. Add in a little bit of a breeze. Yep. Yeah, that's fresh. That's fresh. We like that. Looking good. All right, forecast today. Nice and cool this morning. Lovely through the afternoon. Light breeze kind of picking up through the day. 10, 15, 20 miles an hour. Nearly 70 by lunchtime. Mid 70s by 1 p.m. Upper 70s our daytime high. How nice is that? Here's a look around town today. 77 in Orlando, 75 degrees in Wildwood, 71 in Palm Coast. So things are absolutely looking good. I think we're all going to very much enjoy this. Forecast for us over the next couple of days includes high pressure. And when you've got high pressure in play, what you end up with is a really nice, quiet weather scenario. Click, click, save. I'm trying to show you a graphic that was not updated, and I'm going to get it updated right now. There we are. All right, so for today, looking good, high pressure and control. Weak little front coming through tonight into tomorrow morning kind of reiterates this great weather. High pressure just lingering. And then by Sunday into Monday, as that high goes off of our east coast, we're actually going to start to watch warming temperatures, and with no additional fronts, the temperatures are going to be warming little bit by little bit by little bit. So heading out to Disney today looking good, but by next week we start to climb. I'm still blacked out through, I think Sunday's the first day I can go back out to the attractions. I think. Yeah. I think so. Have the sunglasses this morning. It's going to be beautiful and bright, but yeah, it's going to get comfortable through the afternoon. Very nice weather. And again, this weekend, high pressure in control, looking good. That weak little front kind of sneaks on through. Next big weather maker for right now, it doesn't seem to be much. High pressure just shifting away, and basically we just start warming up looking into next week. There's a storm system by like Wednesday that'll be north and west of us. That's way out there. That'll eventually bring us some rain chances. But for now, we are looking good. So let's put it together, shall we? Central Florida's certified most accurate 7-day forecast. Boy, are we going to get through at least the hits, runs, and errors early. Then we can chat and we can do that thing. 78 today, 77 tomorrow, into the 80s though by Monday. You know, tomorrow we've got that weak little front sneaking through. So it's, yeah, a perfect, Debbie says this is nice weather for camping. This is great weather for camping. And then next week, spring break for pilots. Sun and fun. We've got the eclipse. Okay, so let me just, so we've got like next week, we've got the eclipse. And then we've got a great stretch of weather. Next week, I don't know if it's been announced yet, but if I was an Orlando Science Center member, I might consider going late next week. You know, you may not learn the meaning of life, but there may be other. A big exhibit may or may not be opening. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so somebody asked who the Coffee Talk drive-thru guest is for today. So nobody today, but I've got for you Joe Kasha. Remember we talked about him? He's the guy that discovered Rachel Ray. He's also the guy that gave me my first on-air shot, my first real on-air shot. He's going to join us on Coffee Talk next week. I chatted with him this morning. So, awesome. I'll tell you, I invited him on, and I referred to myself as a knucklehead. I said, I said I'd love to chat with you about what it was like to run a TV station, what a knucklehead I was, hiring me, yada yada. He said, yes, I'd love to do the chat, and yes, you were a knucklehead of sorts, but you were a good knucklehead for sure. That's a sweet thing. Joe Kasha, that's a sweet thing. So we'll get Joe Kasha on Coffee Talk next week with a nice quiet week of weather. I think that'll be great. For me, on a personal level, okay, I'm in the studio Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I believe I'm doing the 9 a.m. show at the Science Center. And then I'm reporting live at noon at the Science Center and reporting live at 4 at the Science Center. So I'm going to guess that Coffee Talk on Monday will be either in the Science Center or in the Science Center parking garage. And then Tuesday, I'll just tell y'all. Tuesday, I'm back at the Science Center doing reports because I'm previewing the Life exhibit, which is soft opening next week. So, yeah. So Tuesday, I believe it's noon and 4 I'm doing broadcasts, but I may be there at 9 a.m. standing outside. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So either way, Monday and Tuesday, I'm at the Science Center. Fun. And then Wednesday, television news. Thursday or Friday. Thursday and Friday. I don't know which. I'm going to be heading over to Sun and Fun. Which, if you're not familiar, Sun and Fun is spring break for pilots. It's a nonprofit organization over in Lakeland. I hate I-4, but it's willing to do it. So I'm willing to do it just for that. So good times. Jeannie says that sounds a bit creepy. Science Center parking garage. We know what you mean. You'll be in my car. I won't be doing anything I only use double entendres and subtle innuendo on Coffee Talk. But point taken. Mike says Eric opening the Life exhibit. He'll be telling us the meaning of life. Yeah. I don't know that I'll be telling you the meaning of life, but I got to hang yesterday with the sloth, and he's just adorable. I'll show you a picture. This was yesterday. They were feeding him yesterday. There he is. He's just hanging out. I don't know if my camera will focus it better. Maybe not. All right. Well, there he is, just hanging out. That's the sloth from the Life exhibit. Yeah. We'll be in your car at the parking garage. You didn't help your case with that. Yeah, I didn't, did I? Okay. Oh, man. Christy says, so excited for you to visit Lakeland. I may have to come one day to say hi. Hashtag Starstruck. I'll be with the thousands and thousands and thousands of people over at the Lakeland Lindner Regional Airport, which, by the way, for Sun and Fun Week becomes the busiest airport in the country or in the world. Something like that. Kelly, but did you take a selfie with the sloth? A slothy? I didn't. Let's stop it. Okay, Tuesday I will. I will on Tuesday. Yeah, I will on Tuesday. Oh, man. Michelle, good morning to you, beautiful. David, how's the weather in Lexington, South Carolina? Looks like I'm moving there. We have a sister station. We have a couple of stations in the Carolinas. Hopefully you get to enjoy one of them. I know it's a fail. I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is. Needs to be allowed to grow. UConn, I don't know. That's where It's not that it's not the busiest or the busiest. It's just that that week, Lakeland becomes the busiest. All right. Let's talk a little bit about this eclipse thing that's happening, okay? That is the path of totality there, the line at least. And what you're looking at is the forecast. Not good. Lots of clouds, at least through the path of totality. Now, that said, in our area at least, we're not going to have totality. We should have a mix of clouds and sunshine. Hopefully, we'll have a pretty decent forecast. So, for Monday, there will be a 57% totality of the eclipse here in our area. It begins around 1:45, 1:46, and it peaks at about 3 o'clock. I'll be at the Science Center with so many other people observing this. If you're wanting to check it out, my suggestion would be use there's special glasses, things like that. We will have, I believe, at 9 a.m., all other things, we will have, all other things considered, we will have an instruction manual on how to build an eclipse viewer out of a box, which is kind of neat. So there's that. But anyway, you can't just like stare up at the sky. Like, you need to have special glasses because you can't ever stare at the sun. Like, this is what I actually think is funny, is like people are like, you can't stare at the sun during an eclipse. Hashtag, you can't stare at the sun any other time in your life either. So remember that. Kimberly says Seminole County libraries are giving glasses out 2 per family. Very cool. Very cool. Gisela, does it look noticeably different? If you're not wearing glasses, no. But there's a couple of neat things that do happen. Like the light that comes through trees looks different. You can see the reflection. There's just different. It's cool. I've got a pair of glasses. I will be using said glasses, and then we'll be up at the observatory at the Orlando Science Center, literally staring at the sun through a telescope with a filter. But it'll be cool to have like a big honking sun with yeah. I just always laugh when they're like, you can't stare at the sun during an eclipse. Yeah, or ever. You know? You can look at the shape through your hands in the shadows. Exactly. The shadows are very cool. Not an Instagram filter. Tim, ya putz. I know what you mean, though. Yeah. Central Florida is not in the path of totality. We are not in the path of totality. That said, 20 years from now, 2040 something, 2045, something like that, there will be another solar eclipse that brings Central Florida to the path of totality. Joseph with the facts, 2045. Joseph, you get a gold star. Yeah. Tim says, I got called a putz. Day is made. The day is mine, Trebek. Only 57. I thought we were going to be closer to 80%. No. Here's the percentages. Yeah. Not us. Unfortunately. You can do a shoebox, yeah. Yep. You can do a shoebox. I don't know if I don't know that video aired yet. If it doesn't, I'll figure it out. I'll figure out how to do it. Yeah. How does this one's totality compare to the one in 2017? Oh my God. You're going to ask me to go dig up old graphics? All right, hold on. Old graphics. All right, this is an old graphic. So this is not as good as the one in 2017. I obviously built this one for Savannah. Did I build this for us? Yeah. Okay, yeah. So these are old graphics, obviously. So the one in 2017, we had 85% totality in Central Florida. That's not the case this time. This is obviously a social media graphic that I built then. So we had 85% then. This time we're going to have 57%. Is it going to be as good? Absolutely, because it is what you make of it. Dang it. There you go. Man, those graphics are ugly. Ugh. Is it wrong that I'm just not that excited about this solar eclipse asking for a friend? Not at all. Look, everybody's going to do their thing. I work in the news business, Jeannie, and so it's my business to teach you about the things happening. Am I excited about it? I mean, it's a thing. It's on the calendar. It's just another thing. It's all cyclical. I'm just going to be honest. It's cool. Anytime that you can look straight at the sun through filtered glasses is cool. But is it as cool as the 2017 one? No, that's fine. What's the difference between graphics and clip art? Nothing. Clip art is just something that somebody else built for you. Graphics are something that you built for you. They could look just as awful. Joseph says they might be ugly, but they're informative. Oh, yeah, for sure. I built this one for KSBW in Monterey, California. Which, like, at the time, I think was pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, man. Ugly. Oh, I apparently also did an augmented reality graphic. Well, that's something. Maybe I'll dig this puppy out. Yeah, maybe I'll dig this puppy out. Look at that. How funny is this? Old augmented reality graphics, but here we are. Like, I built this years ago. Here we are in 2024. Another partial solar eclipse. And then 2045 total eclipse. I made this in 2017. That's hilarious. Also, by the way, like, the reason that it looks awful is because you're supposed to see me standing on the right side there. It's augmented reality-esque, but from our super old graphics package. Oh man, have we come a long way, or have we come a long way? Danielle says everything evolves, even graphics, especially graphics. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So there you go. Insert the Starship Enterprise. We tried, we tried. Barb says, who's the putz now? Don't sell yourself short. You're the putz too, Barb. I could be a putz too. Gee, there's a life-size cardboard cutout of you. I'm sure there's video of 300-pound me doing those graphics. But now I kind of feel like I should retool them and pull them out for this eclipse. All right. Mickey points out, how about that CSU hurricane forecast? How about it? The Colorado State folks, Phil Klotzbach, came out with his hurricane season forecast. He's calling for 23 named storms, 11 hurricanes, and 5 major hurricanes. Now, we compare that with the WESH forecast. He's definitely going higher. He went so far as to say that it's the most aggressive hurricane forecast that he and the team have ever put out. Now, a couple of things here. Okay, I need you to know I love Phil Klotzbach. He and I chatted a little bit about this in Orlando when he was here, and I plan on getting him on Coffee Talk again to talk about it. He's absolutely basing it on the transition to La Nina. He's absolutely basing it on the water temperatures. Totally get it. Nothing says that his is going to be any more or less correct than mine. It'll be interesting to see. My forecast, of course, 16 to 20 named storms. I think we're pretty close on the hurricanes. He's definitely gone on the higher side for me. And then we're pretty close on the major hurricanes. Yeah, he's going all in. So, yeah. Debbie says, I do not like this hurricane forecast. I agree. Karen says, ocean is not exceptionally warm. Listen, I'm going to call a spade when I need to, but also I need to point some things out here, okay? So let's look. This is called the Climate Reanalyzer, okay? This is data, empirical data. You know I'm all about data, okay? Let me plug that in. All right, the Climate Reanalyzer. All right, so this is, let me just get this set up so that I can interact with this website. All right, perfect. Okay, so this is the world temperatures, the world ocean temperatures. All right, so what you're looking at here, this year, what you're looking at in orange is last year, and then essentially down here are the various other years. All right. All right. Let's go to the North Atlantic. The North Atlantic is where we are, our hurricane basin, our tropical basin, okay? It's showing temperatures in Celsius. Couple of things here, all right? So, the dotted line you see kind of in the middle here, this dotted line, that is the 1982 to 2011 mean. All right, and then the top dotted line and the bottom dotted line, those are +2 and -2 delta, basically, okay? The orange line here is the record year, which was last year. The black line here is our current temperatures. So our current temperatures are currently equivalent to about the average temperature for late May. Mid to late May. That's where we are at. Okay. So again, calling a spade, Karen, and you know I love you, but we have to, and this has nothing to do with trying to discuss anything but data. Okay. But data shows, and I will add that we honestly don't know where we're going or why they're so hot. Okay? So, there's that. All right? So, anyway. It is hot. Not good. But I'll also add, water temperatures were boiling last year, and we went without developing a ton of storms for a good part of the year. So it's one part of the puzzle. You need more than just hot water to develop storms, which is why Jeremy and I, in our research, did what we did. Okay? So yeah. Karen says, not like last year. I literally just showed it to you, though. It's hotter than it was last year at this time. I'll point it out one more time. We are at 20.3 now, and last year at this time we were at 20.1. Black line, the very top black line is this year. The yellow line is the previous record year, which is last year. So yes, it is hotter than last year. Now, if you notice, we've been above, and we are actually kind of starting to cool here in the last couple of weeks, which, thank goodness, as a North Atlantic basin, that's good. But, yeah. Karen, okay, yes, sorry. No need to be sorry. No need to be sorry. Listen, I'm all about having conversations. And you, listen, if there's one thing you should know about me, I question everything. I should, and we all should. Science is supposed to be questioned. And it's not supposed to have any kind of a political slant. I will not allow that in my science game. Just letting you know. That I take as, I can't even believe weather has become a political thing. But like, I will call data, and I will look at the data to make sure that the data is accurate, a good piece of data, okay? So yeah, it's hot. And you put out all of the people that are trying to like politicize this. Scientists don't understand why it's so much hotter, especially because we've been in an El Nino pattern, which should have had things a little cooler. So there's a lot to study here, okay? And we're studying it. There's a lot of analytical work that's going to need to go into this. And moreover, what I think is so interesting, right? Hold on. I wanted to show this. Moreover, what I think is so interesting is like, where is it randomly cooling? The last couple of weeks. That is particularly interesting. So, yeah. Yukon says the part of the weather that has become political is climate change. And I will look at data. I'm never, ever going to get into political elements. We will not do that on Coffee Talk. I will not do that in science. Data is data. And any piece of data we look at, we need to make sure it's not slanted for anything. Period. I promise you I will always give you data without bias, because data is data as long as it's a good sample, right? So I just need you to understand that, okay? Okay. Are we in El Nino going to La Nina? We are, Anne-Marie, and that's one of the reasons that we are calling for heightened years for sure, right? That's why we're going into higher numbers this year. Yeah. So our forecast and Colorado State's forecast are not all that far off. One thing that I do is I also issue a part of my hurricane forecast is I highlight hotspot zones for landfall. And before, if you're new to this, well, you're just highlighting the entire coastline. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Previous years, like if you go back to the 2020 or the 2023 forecast, this was our forecast. And I don't know why Ophelia is randomly not showing up. Sometimes I wonder why these storms. Anyway, Ophelia made landfall where it was supposed to. Idalia made landfall. Those were the 3 landfalls. That's where it went. Notice I did not have the northern Gulf Coast highlighted last year. I'm not highlighting everybody. So it changes, but I digress. And if you want more information on our hurricane season forecast, you are welcome to head to wesh.com/hurricane forecast. I've even seen some TV meteorologists issuing a forecast, pulling data out of their tuchus without kind of analyze. And I think it's at least I feel like when Jeremy and I put out our forecast, wesh.com/hurricane forecast, we put it all out there. We try to share methodology. We try to share as much data as possible so that you understand where we're doing this. There are some TV Mets, and I don't know if anybody in Central Florida is doing it, but there are some TV Mets that are like, well, I'm going to go with this number and this number. Period. Okay, I mean, you could do that. But to me, science should be a very transparent, open source kind of thing. And I hope that you all feel that. When we issued our hurricane season forecast on March the 1st, I hope you weren't surprised. I hope that through the process, Jeremy and I shared it with you, and I hope that you understood every bit of it, and we're expecting exactly what you got. That's where we're at. All right? And if not, then I apologize. That's definitely my goal, though. Constantly. Mickey points out, didn't Phil also point out that this is the most aggressive forecast Colorado State has ever issued in April? Yes. Yes, I believe he did point that out. I was at the Science Center a good part of the day yesterday. I didn't get a chance to do a ton of reading, so I'm gonna definitely do a deeper dive in his forecast soon. Terry says, set him straight. Hey, look, we're all just doing our crap, right? We're doing our thing. I'm gonna do my thing. Y'all are gonna do your thing. Hashtag Florida's gonna Florida. But there you go. Tim says, I wasn't totally surprised, as I might have looked at it over your shoulder in the Charlotte airport. Yeah, well, Tim, yes. there's that. That was a unique circumstance, Tim. Still a putz. But that, hopefully, trash truck's coming. Hold on. Okay, I did. I'm like, oh my God, did I bring the trash out? I did. I hope though that I did share much of it with everybody through the process. Anne-Marie, will you be doing lives with Jeremy again during hurricane season? Oh, you betcha. Don't you know? Yep. All right. Yep. All right, so here's our 7-day forecast, my friends. Thank goodness no hurricanes coming up. Although we're running out of time, y'all. It's going to hit sooner than we'd like. Temps in the 70s these next couple of days. Beautiful bright sunshine. 80s for next week. Sun and fun! And then, after Sun and Fun, we get ready for the Orlando Air Show, where the Blue Angels, wink, wink, may be doing their thing. They are doing their thing. You may know somebody who's going to get to fly. Did I just dribble all over myself? How does this happen in life? How do we do this? Good night. Janice wink. Oh, God. All the meteorologists are flipping out over this hurricane season. Listen, Jeremy and I... God, did I get any I did not get any coffee on me, okay. Jeremy and I put out our hurricane forecast. Hopefully you never felt like we were flipping out. We're just... I need a bib, I know. Hopefully you think that we're putting out our forecasts and offering up data and keeping it straight. Wesh.com/hurricane forecast. Oh my God, Mike, it's the shirt. It's made to catch food and drinks or lay on a picnic table. Haven't heard that one before. All right, people, be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for hanging out for Coffee Talk. So excited for Sun and Fun. If you're looking for something to do next week, I'll be out there Thursday and or Friday. I have to figure that out. All right, be good, y'all. Take care. Bye.